All right, welcome back. This is the third video in this business plan video series making for especially for the Tony Lumelu Entrepreneurship Program 2022 cohorts, right? So today we're going to do a breakdown of the business summary template and how you're going to write each and every part of them. Today in this video we'll talk about how to write the problems and solutions plus the business process aspects of your business summary template. I hope that's okay. Welcome to my channel, right? This is Gabriel Onoha. Now, before I delve into this, I've got a lot of questions on how to get the business summary template on Microsoft Word. Some of you are receiving it as PDF. Alright, so this is how to get your business summary template as PDF, right? Go to your browser. Depending on where you're sourcing it, you could get this from your email, you could get this from what do you call it, from your email or from the YouTube channel, YouTube video. I think I've seen that. So just alright, let's just search and show you how to do this. So just go to YouTube. I want to, because Tony, we're on YouTube, and then since you're on YouTube now, you can easily go to YouTube and do this. But do that after you have watched the video, or even if you do that, come back and finish the video. But this is how you do it. Just come to YouTube, open youtube.com. I already have a tab here, so I just go straight to it. I'm trying to search from my home if I can find but none. So I search here for TEF, Tony Lumelu Entrepreneurship Program. I search. So I look for the most recent videos that they have posted. Yes, this is the most recent one. The other ones will not have the business summary template, because since they submitted the business summary template, they have been what do I say? They have been attaching it in each of the videos that were sent. Excuse me. Alright, so you are here. Go to the description of the video. That's where they put that link. So you come here and you see the description. You see show more. So click on show more. This is the link for the attendance. Then below you will find the links for is it frequently asked questions? Okay, no, yeah, but this one is for English business plan template. So you click on it. This is the one for English. So this is French, Portuguese, Arabic. We are interested in the English. So you click on it. Network is. Let's watch it. Okay, so it will open up. It usually will open up on what do you call it? Google document. So come to File in the Google Doc, and then click on Download. So when you click on the downloads or move around the download button, you will see options. So you should download a Microsoft Word or download as PDF document. If you download as PDF document, you will not be able to edit. But if you download as Word document, you will be able to edit. I hope that's okay. So click on this. It will download. You can see it here. I already did the test earlier, so you can see it has downloaded again here. So you click on this and show in folder. It will show in your folder. So that's it here. So you click to it to open. Okay, you can see other things I just downloaded. This is on the download, and this is recently a certificate of incorporation I downloaded for a client today, just a few minutes back. And last week I did some too. So that's for those who have been asking if this whether what I'm asking you to do about business registration works. Well, that's by the way, we do register businesses for people. So click on this to open it up. So you can see that it has opened up in Microsoft Word. This is if you're using a laptop. So, and then this button here, depending on the version of the Microsoft Office you're using, some version will not need this, but if you're using this version, it will ask you to require enablement before you can edit. So click on enable editing and it will come out as normal Microsoft Word. So this is it. You can start editing your business plan template. So that's it, how to download editable portion of your business plan and template. So let's go back to the class, to the video that we are going to be doing today. So today we're going to be looking at problem and solution aspects of the business summary template. So let's get straight to it, right? So no much ado. So the first page, I'm coming. All right, I fixed that. So when you come to this page, when you come to the first page of the business summary template, sorry, the second page, the first page is introduction. Maybe we'll look at that specifically in another video, but this is how to fill the problem and solution. That's exactly what I want to show us today. So you see the basic questions that are being asked, and then we'll go on to answer each and every one of them one after the other. Word limit is 150. 3 questions asked. Say describe an overview of your business, highlighting one, how you came up with your business idea, what problem you're trying to solve, and how your business solves this problem. And it gives a note on that. So when describing your problem, make sure you quantify the significance of the problem in terms of loss. That's you're talking about problem, how much loss is it going to cause in terms of loss of time, money, or other resources, or uncaptured value, right? So what people who have been doing this, who have been doing what you want to do, have some of the value they are leaving uncaptured, right? So this is where you do that. Number of people or entities that need a solution to this problem. So you also need to have an idea how many people need the solution to the problem you're profiling. So if we move ahead, this thing doesn't capture the upper part of this. Give me a minute. Okay, so I've done some adjustment again. So this is about the business. This is how you're going to write it. They say describe an overview of each of these, and this is what you need to do at each point. Now, how you came up with this business idea? Tony Lumelu Foundation have showed a bias for you telling stories. This is specifically asking you to give a narrative of how you came up with this idea. This question is asking for a story. Do not make the mistake. This question is asking for a story. Now I'm going to explain to you 2 ways you can tell a story. 2 ways you can tell a story, right? And I'm going to let me open a notepad and I'll show you something. So 2 ways you can tackle this, you can talk about your story, is personal experience. Personal experience. And by personal experience, I mean experience. By personal experience, it means something you have encountered, a problem you have personally encountered, first hand or second hand. That is, by first hand encounter, I mean you are the person who encountered the problem. All right, you have first hand. And then second hand experience is someone close to you have observed, you watch somebody go through this problem. Personal experience of people who are close to you, your brother, your sister, your friend. This is second hand, right? So this is second hand, this is first hand. So first hand is you have the experience yourself, you experience the problem yourself, and you found a way to solve that problem, and now you want to profile it as a solution to a larger number of people using your business in such a way that it makes profit for you, right? So, and if it is a second hand experience, you have watched your brother, you have watched your sister, go through this pain, and then you have together or individually or collectively found a solution to that, and then you want to now you have seen that a lot of other people have that same problem, and you want to profile that solution that you found to them. This this is a more captivating. These stories of personal experience, first-hand personal experience or second-hand personal experience, are very they are very captivating, and you need a story that is captivating enough. The story is important because it draws the emotional aspect of the person who's evaluating you. It tells the person that, well, this person is going to pursue this business from a passionate point of view. It lets them into your own personal problem, and because you have had personal issues emotionally attached to this problem, it will lead to a lot of success. I have told you guys a lot of time that your personal attachment, your personal experience, your passion about the business is going to be the number one thing that will drive you far in business, especially when every other thing fails. Because you have a passion for that business, it's going to sustain, it's going to drive you into success. And this, it's also going to help you sell the solution, right? It's also going to help you sell the solution because the story of your personal experience will also connect with potential customers. Right? So another way you can tell a story. Now, I need to say something about personal experience story, first-hand and second-hand stories, is that they are the most compelling ways to tell a story. Unfortunately, not everybody have experience. You don't need to concoct a story. You don't need to tell a lie. It's going to show somehow that you're lying. So I know some people tell lies in their stories, but I don't advise that you do that, because somehow, especially when you're pitching, nobody's going to see that in your facial expression. Nobody goes to feel that in your voice, in your tone, in everything. So that's off of it. So not a lot of people would have a perfect story that leads to their business. A personal story that leads to their business. So in order to, if you're that kind of person, you don't have a personal story that connects with your business, you can use the second way you can use and get a story, which is to describe the problem that your industry, a specific problem that your industry or sector is facing, right? That you're trying to solve. Describe the problem, narrate the problem, turn it into a story. Narrate how your potential customers are going through series of problems trying to solve this problem. Now, I'll use two stories to describe what I'm trying to tell you quickly before we'll go to the next topic. So if you want to talk about a first-hand experience story, and we use an ICT solution as the baseline. So I watched a CNN documentary a few days back where a Ghanaian who is building robots, who is teaching young students how to build robots, have built a business around it, told his story of the business. And the story goes thus: he was in school, he was in a secondary school, and he was finding it difficult to learn because he preferred to learn practically than theoretically. And of course, in Africa, most of the learnings are done theoretically. So he quit school because he wasn't catching up, and then instead of going to school, he went to a cyber cafe to work at a cyber cafe. And working at a cyber cafe afforded him time to watch a lot of YouTube videos. Over a period of 4 to 5 years, he watched a series of YouTube videos on robot building, and he was able to learn the act of robot building. So he began to form clubs in schools to teach robot building. Over time, because the whole thing is captivating to parents and to the students themselves, he saw a huge opportunity, and then he started a business of teaching through schools. It is now a business, no longer a club, teaching robot building, how to build robots in schools. So this is a story, a first-hand story. It's very captivating. I mean, somebody who could not go to school is teaching others how to go to school. So how about in another way you tell the story, since you don't have experience in that way? What if you could say, Yeah, so another way you can describe, you can tell the story is to describe the problem that a typical customer faces in the industry or in the sector where you are playing, right? So which your business is a solution to that problem. For instance, you can, and this type of story is going to suit a lot of people, a lot of businesses. In fact, every business that is solving a problem can situate a story around this type of storytelling. And that is, for instance, you use a hypothetical person, hypothetical name. For instance, you can say, if we want to continue the ICT story I was saying the Ghanaian guy. So in case, imagine that the Ghanaian guy I mentioned that I saw in the CNN story, in a documentary, it does not have that story, right? Nothing of such happened to him, and he is trying to paint a picture of a problem using a storytelling. So he could say that if you take a hypothetical person of Anas, is a talented guy who is techie. He can use his hand to do a lot of things. Unfortunately, in school, the school system in Ghana or in his locality does not offer him the opportunity to learn some of these skills, some of these ICT skills technically, and use them in order to develop things. So he is a kind of a person who loves to build things in his hands, but the school is so theoretized and they only teach theories about these things, and he is yearning to learn more, So your school offers such persons that opportunity, or your training, or your ICT business offers such persons that opportunity. So you could say there are several Anases. So in case the hypothetical name you have given the customer is Anas, or potential customer is Anas. So you can say there are several Anas, right? So, by the way, this is what I mean by Anas, assuming that this is a name of a person. Okay, let's make it all capital. So there are several people who are Anas. Your own name can be Okechukwu. There are several Okechukwus. It could be what name do I use now? Mane. There are several Manes. So if you use the name, your story can continue to say there are several Manes in the location or area where your business is covering, and your business is going to help them solve that specific problem. So that's also how to use hypothetical story, or to tell a story of the industry, of the problem the industry is facing. So you can use that as a story, but the bottom line is that you need a story. Of course, you may wonder that you have a word limit of let's go back to the slide now. We have a word limit of say 150 for even the ones I've not talked about. You see that I've told a lot of story which cannot be contained in 150 words. Of course, it is now your duty, when you have gotten the storyline, you now summarize it into the number of words that can be accommodated in this template, right? So I'm not going to do everything for you. So you develop the storyline, you write the storyline, and then you begin to summarize it. You keep reducing it, edit it, and remove things. Tell the story in such a comprehensible and yet concise way that it's able to enter here, make meaning, all right, and sell your business the way you want to sell it. So the next question you need to answer is what problem you're trying to solve. Now, if you tell your story very clearly, you will be able to transition it into the problem you're trying to solve. So your story could end up in saying, this is the problem we are trying to solve, and you mention the specific problem. So the problem here is the big log of wood you're trying to remove from the eye of a potential customer. That burden that the customer has, that you have identified, that you're trying to remove, that is the problem. So you want to identify that problem. You want to highlight that problem. According to the Tony Elwood Foundation, you need to quantify this problem in terms of time, money, and resources that are being lost by the potential customers. And they have to be quantifiable. You have to put numbers to this. You have to put You have to show the significance of the problem that is being lost. So quantify the significance of the problem in terms of loss of time or money or resources or uncaptured value. So in the case of the story I am telling now, it is an uncaptured value because a school is meant to teach students, that is teaching student ICT, is meant to also show them practical, but because they are not doing practical, that is a value that is not captured. So you are coming in to capture that value. I hope you get this. So here we're not talking about time, money, or other resources lost. We're talking about uncaptured value, right? So this is the story example I'm giving you. So your own could be time. You could be saving customers time. You could be saving customers money. You could be saving customers other resources. You need to identify exactly what it is you're saving customers and then quantify it in a way that it's significant, because a problem needs to be significant in order for it to make you more profit. So the more significant your problem, the more significant is the problem, the more in need people would have, the more need people will have for the solution you are bringing. If the problem is not a big headache for people, I mean, not many people will be interested in paying you money for it. Maybe people are looking for who will solve that problem for them for free, because it's not a significant problem. But if the problem is significant, so you want to make sure that the problem you're trying to solve is significant. By the time you measure this and you find that the problem you're solving is not significant, it is a red light for you. You may want to drop that idea and then use a different idea. So, and then he says how your business solves this problem. So all these things are all encapsulated in this story. You may not use story all entirely, but you can now describe how your business is solving this problem. For instance, in the story of the issue of the story I was telling you about the ICT guy who is teaching robots. So he's now bringing, he's formed a club. So he still uses for his business, he still uses a club system. So he forms a club or a group, but it is not a free club now. It is a paid club that is under his business, right? So students pay to join this club, and in this club, they have a timeline allotted to them. That is the solution to the problem. So within the school timetable, maybe within a break period, he's able to slot in time, go into that school, right? And teach them practically how to build robots. Your solution could be how to maybe teach them Microsoft Word. It could be as simple as that. I'm not giving you business ideas anyway, just examples. This is just example, right? So this is it about this. So state the problem, the solution you're offering. In this case, this person is teaching these people practical ICT skills, specific ITC skill, which is robot building. Your specific ICT, another specific ICT skill could be other forms of application that are useful in the society, right? So that's it about this aspect of the distance. So let's move to the next one before our time runs out, right? We don't want to spend so much time on this one. So the next page, okay, just down the same page 2, you will find business process, and here Tony Limoli is asking you to the features and functionalities of your business. How does your business work? Now this is about systems. How does your business work? What happens in your business? Your features and functionalities. Describe the unique features of your business offering. For instance, what is before me right now is a laptop. The features of this laptop is a screen, a case, a keyboard, a mouse pad, right? These are the features of this laptop, because this laptop is a product. So there's also microphone, right, that enables you to hear me. There is a camera that enables me to see the screen of this, and I'm using to show you this screen. So there are softwares, there are hardware. So you can describe the features of this laptop now as software, and then there are hardwares. The hardwares I have described. The software, there is a software that I'm using, to screen grab the screen and making it possible for you to see it. There's a software I use to design these slides, right? Microsoft PowerPoint. that I used to design this slides, right? That enable you to see. So these things are all features of the product, features of your product. So describe the features. What makes up your product or services? What makes up your core offering? You want to describe it. And now, how does this product or service, does these features solve the problem you have identified? So if we want to go back to that distance, so you see that there are you can identify that there is a training, a one-on-one training, one-on-one coaching training, that he uses laptop practical training. So it solved the problem of the student lacking practicals. So he is there one-on-one with them, 1 hour or 2 hours every day, or twice 2 hours or 6 hours every week, whatever number of time is allotted. But there is a system. This solves that problem of they do not know how to do these things practically. It's possible they have been learning how to do it on the class, but they don't learn how to do it practically. Of course, in Nigeria, you can identify with this. A lot of public schools teach computer. Alright, so the business functionalities, the business features has to address the problem that the features. You have to tell in your business summary how the features solve the problem that you identified, right? So you have to describe the unique features of your business offering and how they address the identified problems. So what is the thing that is doing the thing? What is doing exactly? What is solving the problem in that package of solution? What exactly is solving that problem you identified? That's what I mean by what is the thing that is doing the thing, or what are the things that are doing or will be doing the thing. So that's what I mean here. And you have a whole 100 words to play around here, right? So that's what this is about. You need to identify the main thing that is solving the problem, the main feature of your business that is solving the problem. And then they ask, how will you produce or provide your business offerings? Now, here you're required to itemize the processes involved in producing or providing your solution, right? Highlight the processes involved in producing, if it's a physical product, or providing, if it is a service, your solution. So here is your step-by-step process of accomplishing your goal. If you're producing pure water, what is the process for what is the production process? That's what you're being asked. If you deliver service, what is the process for delivering that service, from the point a customer is identified to the point a customer is satisfied, as in receive the solution? What is the process involved? What process will be involved depending on the stage of your business? If you're already existing, you'll be telling us what processes are involved. If your business is an idea, you tell us what processes will be involved. Of course, this is essentially the same thing, because but then if there is anything unique about your own, because sometimes the process of bringing a product or solution changes the experience of the customer, and it can affect whether they come back or not. All right, so you want to deliver a unique process. So it's not a copy and paste thing, that this is how these people do their own. Especially for those who are delivering service, it's mustn't be necessary that you copy what other people are doing. It's important that you refine your own in such a way that it also points down to solving that problem you have identified, or some aspect of that problem. So your processes should be able to improve the experience of your users or your customers, right? Okay, so in detail, Tony Elumelu is asking you to tell them how you will create or develop your product, as If you're offering of services, describe how you will equip yourself or your team to provide these services. So in addition, they are saying the training and what do you call it now, education that you attend in order to provide higher quality services, whatever, is also part of your process. So you want to find a way to capture it here. And I think this is how many words? Let's look at this, the picture of this thing. Okay, not more than 50 words. Not more than 50 words. So here in this second part, you need to be concise. In this second part, how will you produce or provide your business offering? You need to be concise. All right. So going on, we talk about another aspect of your business process, which is pricing now. So what is the average price of your products or services in USD? What is the average price of your products or services in USD and in local currency? So they are asking you to do this both in USD and in your local currency. So all you need to do is to do a conversion. Let's see examples. You can do a conversion. So you need to price your products. Nobody's going to do that for you. So you know how much you're selling your product. The price you're selling your product should be enough to give you a profit. The margin should be enough to give you a profit. So if you're in Naira, if you're using Naira like I am in Nigeria, so you can see Naira to dollar, and there's a calculator down here. So if your price in Naira is 15,000 per unit or whatever, I don't know what it is, it means it is $36. So that's all you need to do. Pick it here and put, and your source is Google, right? So this is the Naira rate today. So you can use this one and do the calculation. Okay. So I don't know what you're using, but if you're using a different currency other than Naira, just type the currency to dollar. Just type the currency to dollar. So let's say CDs CD to dollar. So this is it. So you have Ghanaian CD 10,000. It will be 128. Sorry, 1,008. This is 10,000. Abi, what's this number? I'm finding it difficult to pronounce it. 1,281.78 US dollars, right? So that's the equivalent of 10,000 CDs. Okay, so you can do that for your currencies. Just come here and you'll be able to estimate that, and then you just put that. There is no much line given there. You'll just state the price of your product in USD. So if you have not determined the price yet, so here they are asking you to talk about what you will consider in deciding the price of your business offering. So here you have to tell the Tony Limited Foundation whether you're going to consider the cost of your production, whether you're going to consider the competition, whether you're going to consider the value you're offering in order to determine your price. There are several ways to determine your price, including part of what I've listed, and these are the ways you can determine your price. So you want to play along with the competition. You can describe what is so you can easily say that you will charge within the range of what other competitors, within XYZ range of what other competitors are charging, or you will base your this thing on your cost of production, and then or you will base it on the value that the customer is estimated or is expecting to receive from your product or services, right? Okay, so now that's it about the pricing. So nothing much about it, but you just have to make sure that both the conversions are done correctly, because they're expecting the price to be in dollars and in your local currency, and then that you make considerations if you don't have the price yet, considerations of what you will consider to do the pricing. Then the next thing is profitability, and in profitability we're talking about a margin between how much you sold and how much you produced, right? So that is what profitability is about. So production cost, amount you sold, that selling price, minus production costs. That will give you your profitability, profit, and this is what we'll call profitability. So the amount you're selling the product and subtract it from the amount you produce it, the difference is your profit, and that is what is called profitability. Sometimes this profit can be negative or positive. I hope you know that. So it can be negative or positive. It is negative when your production cost is higher than your selling price. In that place, that sense, you're making a loss. It is positive when your selling price is higher than your production cost. In that case, you're making a loss. You're making a profit, right? So here now we're going to talk about the margin now. The margins, let me give you an expo. The margin, your margin of production should not be more, margin of profit should not be more, should not exceed 35%. It's my own, I believe it should not exceed 35%. So by the time you finish this, the price you're selling should not go beyond this. When it goes above this, well, some sectors, it can be higher than this. For instance, if you're into real estate, it's going to be higher than this. It's going to be higher than this. But if you're not into any of those sectors where overhead is small, where your overhead cost is minimal, you want to make sure that where you actually spend money in production, and then so services can also be higher than this. But then for production, make sure that it's between 25 to 35%, not more than that. But 10% is bad. 10% profit margin may be bad unless you have a lot of volumes. But this is my own thinking in a way. You can ignore this, please. You can ignore this. So this is it, how you calculate your pricing and all of that. So for those of you who have a little back to the pricing now. So those of you who have different products, you have different products that you're offering. Let's say you sell or different packages of your product that you're offering. So we'll have, in case of the training we are talking about, the case study we are talking about, let's say you have training for students and you're doing it for, let's say 5,000, okay, 4,000 already, let me put it, and you have another package, training package, another training package too, that is 5,000 naira, and yet another one, that you're pricing at 6,000, or let me say 10,000 naira, so that I can get a good distance. So in order to get your price, because what you're giving Tony Lumelu is one price, right? Not multiple. So you just need to do an average. So you do 4,000 plus 5,000 plus what do you call it now? 10,000. So this should be plus. So it will give you a total. So let's use a calculator quickly to do this. Let's use a calculator to do this. So if we have 10,000, okay, so the three figures will give us 19,000. So 19,000 now, this is your total, the total of the combination of the three products. So go back to the calculator and divide 19,000 by 3, which is 3 products, right? You get an average price, which is 6,333. So this is the number you should use. If it is in naira, convert it to dollar and use that number and then bracket it and put it in dollar. That should be your price. That's how you calculate your price. If you have multiple products or multiple packages of products, multiple pricing, different price ranges of products that you're offering. I hope that's very clear. So here you are to how will you make profit. You are going to describe how you make profit. You make profit either through commission or through margins of products sold, right? So you describe how you do that. Tell us how many users you are expecting to sell to in a year. So here is one when you begin to make estimates of how many users you estimate to work with in a year. So you can do this by estimating how many users you can get in a day. Alright, so if we go back to calculator, okay, so let's clean this. So if you estimate that you're having 2 users a day, right, and you're working 5 days a week, multiply that by 5, you will have 10. So you have 10 users in a week. And how many weeks do you have in a month? Multiply that by 4 weeks. This is the number of users you're expecting to have in a month. So multiply that by 12. That is how to arrive at the number of users you will have in a year. So this is your users, the number of users you expect to have in a year if you have 2 users, if you have an average of 2 users per day. So this is how to calculate it. I hope that is very clear. And you just do that and then multiply it by the distance, you'll be able to get your revenue. But we have not gotten to that point, and we'll get to that point. And I hope you enjoyed this video up to this point. I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you have not done that. Right, subscribe to my channel and you'll get more videos like this. Right, so you saw the other time I help people register their businesses. I can help you do yours too. Check the comment, description for. In the next video, we'll be talking about market opportunity and the business analysis aspect of the TEF business summary template. Watch out for the next video in the next few days. Right, I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up so that other entrepreneurs like you would find it. Will easily find it on YouTube when they search for information like this. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button and put on the notification bell for all, so that you will be able to get notified each time I post a new video. If you have any questions on this video we just finished, that is the problems and solution, as well as the other one which you discussed, you want to drop a comment in this, drop your comment or questions in the comment section. I'll be able to attempt or answer to them ASAP. Once again, thank you for watching the video. Have a wonderful time and see you in the next video.